What is going on, guys? We are back out riding again. So you guys can see the P6 has a little bit of a different setup. Finally got my power pads in from Powerknobz, and these are the strike pads. I don't think they're designed by Powerknobz, but they are printing it out through Powerknobz. Forgot the designer's name, but I'll link the Instagram in the description. But I love these so far. It has taken a while to try to get these set up, but so far I'm liking it right now. I am locked in good. They feel just like Powerknobz pretty much. These are going to take a little bit of time to get used to. I might have to readjust them again one more time, or maybe a couple of times, but as of right now I do kind of like where I have it. They do look nice. That's a plus, and then it's also comfortable too. The white part that you guys see, the white parts that you guys see on the power pads are hard plastic pretty much, and it's really good quality. I love it. I also have a discount code that I'll put in the description too. It's just Rogan B in all caps. You don't have, whether you get in these pads or the regular Powerknobz, you can use my code to get a little bit of off on your order. The pads I had before on this wheel was just temporary pads provided by my good friend Paul. So I am on the way to meet him right now to give him his pads back. I don't have to meet up with him for another 45 minutes or so. So I'm kind of just taking my time right now. But yeah, guys, these pads are great so far. I don't know if you guys know or seen these pads yet. I haven't really seen this pad, or I've been out of the community for a while anyways, until I just came back recently, and then I saw that Powerknobz, I saw that Powerknobz had these up, and they look nice, and I was like, man, I hope they're comfortable. And so when I did get back into riding and I had the chance to try them out in Charlotte, because we had somebody that came out that had them on the Oryx, and I tried them out, and I was like, yeah, these are perfect for what I was wanting. Because they keep you locked in without feeling like you're locked in. And then also, it's perfect for seated riding. As I say, I'm a main seated rider, so I have it mostly set up for seated riding. So when you're sitting down, you are really locked in. And then when I stand up, I'm still locked in enough and loose enough. If anything was to happen, I can still escape. But I am really locked in, more locked in than I'm used to. But I like it, especially with this wheel. Just this wheel, you want to be locked in anyways, because with the P6, it feels like the wheel is so powerful that you're the one that's trying to keep up with the wheel. You know. But yeah, I am headed into town. I'm not going too fast right now, in case I wanted to do a fast run, which is back the opposite way, but I probably won't. I kind of just do want to take it a little bit easy today, because I want to wait for it to be like a sunny day to do it, which should be tomorrow, I'm hoping. I think today's Tuesday, so tomorrow should be a good day, should be warmer, and then I'll do a high-speed run. I think we're in the mid-50s to the low 40s today. Better than yesterday. I rode yesterday too, but I love this turn. I'm starting to get used to this wheel now. really starting to get used to this wheel during the turns. I'm starting to trust it when I'm turning now. At first, like I said, I'm so used to a heavy wheel, so I was putting more weight into my leans more than I should, because I'm so used to doing it on a Master Pro. I'm bounced between 145 to 165. At one point I was 175, and that was when I first started riding. So these are first initial impression of these power pads. I've been working, so I haven't really had the chance to really test them out. I tested them out a little bit yesterday, and they were good. So today is technically like my second day on it with these pads. And, yep, I chose them in white and black. There's a bunch of different colorways you can choose. Probably some of the best quality pads I've seen in the market. It's really well made. I'm gonna go do a couple of loops around here. Yeah, I'm trying to go towards the Panther Stadium, which is the routes that I usually used to take when I first started riding around here. But yeah, check out these pads, guys, if you guys never seen these pads before. They look really great. They are really wide. I've noticed that. I think they might be just as wide as the Powerknobz itself, or maybe even just a little bit wider. Not too sure. But if you like Powerknobz and you want the addition of the top part, and still have to fill up the Powerknobz, then these pads are for you. Oh, we got a green. Take it before it turns. Yeah, these pads are for you. But yeah, guys, I'll do another review on these pads later on once I get a little bit more time with them. So the other topic of this video that I want to get into, that will hopefully lead on to the next video, because I feel like this is probably the best way to tell this, right? If you guys didn't know, I mentioned in my first video that I crossed the country with my electric unicycle. Not this wheel that I'm on right now, but on my Master Pro, the V3, which is equipped with the VTS motor. I mean the VTS batteries and the C40 motor, and it is, I don't know about now because the Oryx is out, but was at that time the king of range. 134 volt. I think it's a 5,000 or 5,500 watt motor. Tops out at 55, 60 miles an hour, I guess, depending on your weight and battery. Fastest I've gone on that wheel is 54 GPS, and then I think I don't even know wheel speed. I never really looked down on that wheel because I'm always leaning forward. So by the time I look down, I'm leaning back, and that's whenever I can see my speed down there. I do look at my PWM all the time though, but then on my EUC world, it's GPS calculated, so I only see GPS speeds. These lights are forever. Could just go, but it just go too. If this guy's rolling, then I'm rolling. But yeah, I crossed the country on my Master Pro. Alright guys, so that will be the next topic in the next video. So getting into that is how did that idea came about and when did it come about? So I've been riding for about roughly 2.5 years, going on 3 now. This is, I think, my 6th or 7th wheel that I've owned. Right now, currently, I only own 2 wheels, the Master Pro, which is still back in California, and this wheel. And then I'm borrowing my friend's V12 at the moment, that I do ride a little bit here and there, but not as much. But it's still a fun wheel. Hopefully I can go through here, guys. Hopefully it's not blocked. Because they are doing some type of renovation down through here. But check it out, guys. It's Panther Stadium in its flesh. I used to come through here all the time when I first started riding, because it used to always just be me. But yeah, guys, rode across the country with my Master Pro. Great wheel, still love it. Heavy wheel, but great wheel for long range. Perfect seated. It's perfect for my height. I'm like 5'9". I don't think I mentioned that yet. I'm about 5'9", 5'8", give or take. And it's perfect for me. It don't take much to get to bend your knees and sit down. This one I have to really squat down to sit. But yeah. What was that? What's up?
How you doing?
Good, you?
I'm good, man. I'm just checking your bike out.
Let me just check. I don't know what to say. I can't really. I got music playing, guys, so I can't really hear him. I think he was just checking it out. Where was I at? But pretty much, my riding grounds is my birthing ground. Like I said, I'm not from Charlotte, but I started riding here, right here, pretty much. So this is where it started. I was here at a concert one point in time, and I figured we walk around a little bit whenever we was done, and we walked to this park, and they had you know, those electric scooters you can rent, and I got on one of them, and I loved it. You know, I think those only go like 10, 15 miles an hour, not even that fast. But at that time, you know, first time on it, and man, it was like, oh man, this is so cool, you know. And I was hooked, man. It was, I think like 2 weeks to a month after that, I ordered me 2 small scooters that can do like, I think 20 miles an hour, and then just knockoff ones. And then I bought me a hyper scooter that can do, I think, tops out at 55 or 60 miles an hour or something like that. It was just a cheap Chinese one. And yeah, that didn't last long too. I only rode that for like a month and a half to maybe 2 months, if that. And then I met this guy, Greg, and he's a trail rider, and I was riding around my city area, around the park, the greenways and stuff like that, on my scooter all the time, because that's the only grounds that I really knew where to ride, other than if I was to come all the way over here, you know. But then, you know, the issue with electric scooters is they're so big, you know, depending on which one you got, I guess. But if you got one of them big hyper scooters that can go fast and all that stuff, they're big, you know. So unless you got a big car, you ain't gonna be able to take it anywhere, you know. So I just rode around my area, and I met Greg, and then Greg was on an electric unicycle. At that time, he never even registered to me that, oh man, that's so cool. He's on a one wheel, you know. Oh, that is so cool. I want something like that, you know. It was just, I knew he was on a one wheel, but it just never registered to me like that, because I was on my electric scooter, you know. But then he was, oh, you want to go run these trails with me? And I did, and man, he was ripping up the trails, doing jumps and everything, you know. And I was trying to keep up with him and stuff like that, you know. And I was like, man, I can't do it. And so I went home and looked up what it was that he was on, so that I can have something that was more portable, and that I could run through trails a little bit easier, because I love running through trails. Because even before I met him, I was already riding my electric unicycle through trails a little bit, you know, and nothing hard, you know, not doing jumps or anything like that, just running through it, just seeing what the scooter can do and stuff like that, and it was fun, you know. And then yeah, I met him, went home. I wasn't really even sure what he was on, so I just looked up, I can't remember what I looked up. I think electric one wheel or whatnot, type of ordeal. I might even type in electric unicycle, who knows. But the first site that popped up for me was, I think, the Inmotion site, which I think it does for a lot of people if you first search it up anyways. It's just the first thing that pops up. Inmotion just does, I think, the best job at advertising to the, how can I say this, they're really good at advertising to the first riders, to people who don't know what the device is, right? That might have just seen it out in the random and might want to search it up and wonder what it is, and they'll type in electric one wheel device or whatnot and all this good stuff, right? Because that's what led me to their site. And so whenever I was choosing my first electric unicycle, I had the choice between the V11, the V12, I think, and I think I might have even been thinking about the V13, but then it was kind of out of the question because at that time it was kind of expensive. So being the first wheel, I didn't want to spend too much money, but I did want a wheel that can at least do 30 miles an hour, had decent range, and I was kind of in and out about the price range between the V11 and the V12, which one was well justified, because they was kind of around the same specs, but then it was just that one had suspension, one didn't, you know. I eventually ended up with the V11 2.5 years later, and here we are, guys. So it's getting close to time I was supposed to meet my friend, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to meet my friend, and then I'll get back with you guys. But yeah, guys, it was literally one of these scooters right here. Got me started right here. Got me into the PEV world. So yes, I did come from riding a scooter. Like I said, it didn't last long. And I am now riding an electric unicycle, and I love it. So yeah, the idea came to me pretty much when I first started riding. And I was really into riding. I rode so much. Even now I still ride a lot. I don't ride as much as I used to, but I do still ride a lot. But even before, I rode more than what I'm riding now. When I did that cross-country trip, I did start it off with James. And me and James, when me and James met, I was still on my V11. I think James was on a OG Sherman. Yeah, he was on the OG Sherman, which is one of the old #1 wheels, if everybody remember that wheel. And I think you can get about 80 or 100 miles out of that wheel, I guess, depending on your weight. With James, you know, he's lightweight, so he can get pretty much the max that you can push out of that wheel. You can get 100 miles on it easily, I think. And yeah, so when I first met him, I already had that thought in the back of my head that I was gonna be so cool, right, to cross the country like with this, because it's so portable. You can charge anywhere as long as you got an outlet. You can charge, you know. At that time I didn't even know about EVs, you know, like EV plugs and stuff like that. And yeah, man, it's it was just so like mind-boggling to me at that time when I first started riding, you know. And man, you guys see that? I'll try to adjust it on the camera. That guy was doing the forward lean, trying to show her that that's how you control the wheel. But yeah, you did the Superman lean. But yeah, so I brought the idea up to James, you know, at that time. We kind of just brushed it off then, you know. It kind of was just an idea, you know. It wasn't really joking. I wasn't really joking. I was really meaning it, you know. And I don't know if at that time he took it seriously or not, because like I said, at that time me and him was still we had just met each other, so we were still getting to know each other and stuff like that. We rode with each other a lot, but we didn't really talk to each other that much like that, because we were just always riding, you know. And we don't talk a lot when we're riding. Well, we do now because we got the Cardo system, so we can, no matter how far we are, within that mile radius, pretty much, we can always hear each other for the most part. So we're always conversating. Sometimes, you know, so we're always talking, and yeah. And that's how pretty much it started. Me and James drove together a lot, and we did train for this trip. We was set pretty much once he got his Sherman L, and then I already had my Master Pro at that time. With my Master Pro, I knew that was the wheel that I was going to use to take across the country. When I bought my Master Pro, I did have a chance to get the Sherman L, but then I just, for whatever reason, I chose the Master Pro instead, and I don't regret it, honestly, because there was, during my trip, that there were some sections, some parts that I had to really stretch my battery, and that I don't think the Sherman L would have been able to do, or it would have been like really, really on edge. Like I would have really been creeping on the edge of like tilt back and having to walk my wheel. But my Master Pro, even though I was afraid of my battery not making it and stuff like that, it has never failed me. It surprised me throughout the whole trip. As you guys know, my longest stretch I did without any charging was I think 112 or 110 miles or something like that, and I still had 34% left in the tank, you know. And I started that first 50 miles without being conservative, because I was thinking I was going to be able to charge 50 miles into that ride, but then I ended up not being able to charge where I wanted to, so I had to stretch it to the next town over, which was another 80 miles on top of that. And so yeah, that took 8 hours to do because I had to conserve my battery, and I'm glad that we had all that training that we did, so I knew my wheel. The whole trip birthed because I love riding so much. I mean, me and James have our own different purpose. Oh, there goes my buddy. All right, we're gonna ride, and I'll get back with y'all. All right, guys, we're finally away from that loud mess. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, me and James did train for that trip, and it was, you know, as you guys know, James made only 5 days of that trip, and he had to go home, you know, for his own reasons. You know, like I said, the trip was not, it's not for everybody, right? You can want to do it as much as you want, but then your body can only handle so much, you know. And so, no hard feelings at all towards James, and I had to finish it alone myself. Yeah, there were some times where I wanted to back out, but then I didn't, you know. Well, more on that in the next video. All right, guys. So yeah, so this video is mostly about these power pads, guys. Ain't it sexy? Just look at it. Stretch this out. I need to get a new 360 stick, guys. These it's a 360 stick. They don't last very long. I got this one new when I first started my cross country trip, because my old one, same situation. It bends. It keeps bending in the wind, and it will eventually bend so much that it warps the stick. So when you try to close it, it won't close, and then you eventually won't be able to extend it all the way. And so that's the issue I'm having with the stick right now. So I need to get me a new one. I've just been slacking. Been tired. Trying to get back to work and get used to the schedule again. You know, guys, I took a break for like I don't know how long. You know, I was done with my cross country trip in October. Started in September, and then I was done in October, and then didn't really ride then, all the way up until pretty much until I got this wheel, which is just recently. You know, let me see how much miles I got on this wheel so far. So I'm closing in at 400 miles right now. 388 miles already on this wheel. I think I've had it for 2 weeks now. And I've just been doing the same route. I've been wanting to do different routes, but it's just the timing just never right, and the day's never right. The sun is out right now, but it is going to disappear here not too long. I think that we're going to have sun for like maybe an hour or two only, and then it's going to be gone again. And it's just going to be cloudy and gloomy, you know. Woo, boys. I need to get on the left. But yeah, this video is just mostly about the power pads, and also about the birth of my cross-country trip came into being. Oh, also, I'm not the first one to do that trip, guys, okay? I know a lot of people think I am, but I'm not. I'm like maybe the 5th or 6th person to do it. I am one of the fastest to do it, probably. That got that trip done the fastest, even with my brakes included. So if you don't count my brakes, I got it done in like I think 27 or 28 days. But if you include my brakes, it was like 31, 32 days. So well within a month, pretty much. But yeah, I'm not one of the first, okay? I did do my research. At that time, when I did my research, there was only one person that I knew of that did that cross-country trip. And oh gosh, I can't remember his name. I forgot. I should know his name, but I forgot, guys. I'm not good with names, okay? And yeah, there was only one guy that I knew of that also did a cross-country trip. He didn't really document it. He kind of did, but not really. Not that I know of. He only did it on Instagram. I think through stories only too, maybe a couple of videos. And you can still view it, I think, on his Instagram. I'll post the link down below. I'll post the link down below in the description, and you guys can go check out his page. I think it's Luke. His name is Luke. I can't remember his last name, but his name is Luke. All right, you guys might know who I'm talking about now. But yeah, his name is Luke. He was the only person that I know of at that time when I researched it that have done this trip, you know. And then as time went by, you know, planning and everything and getting everything situated, finding the right wheel and everything. A couple people already did it that I found out, I guess. And then, you know, Steve also did it. If you guys know, Steve was the one that originally did it before I did it. Big ups to Steve. If you guys don't know, Steve just out of a whim pretty much did it. He didn't really put too much planning into his. Yeah, he didn't really put too much planning into his, I don't think. He just got his Sherman L. I think he put less than 200 miles on it when he got it. And we're just like, I'm gonna go across the country. So yeah, big ups to him, because he did it. So yeah, I'm not one of the first, because I know a lot of people think I am, and I'm not. And yeah, I do want to thank everybody that helped donate to me during that trip. Sorry guys, I'm trying to concentrate too. Trying to make sure none of these cars gonna swerve into me. Charlotte people are notorious for not signaling. It's mostly your out-of-towners. Okay, this car's turning. Just signal. But yeah, I was not one of the first, although yes, deep inside I did want to be one of the first. And then eventually I am not anymore. I wasn't gonna be anyways, because once I looked into it, you know, I found out that Luke already did it. And then once, I think in the middle of it or in getting close to doing it, we eventually found out that a couple other more people was doing it. I think, you know, we found out through Steve actually. I think that a couple more people that had done it, because we talked to Steve too before we did the trip, because he just, like I said, finished his trip. And surprisingly, half of his route was the same route that I took pretty much to finish my route. So Steve was a really big help into helping me finish my cross-country trip, because I did have to do a lot of rerouting because of the type of roads I was going to run through and weather conditions, all that good stuff. Because pretty much the whole time I was riding, it was cold and rain here and there. I even got hailed on. That was not fun, but it didn't last long, so it wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, I got pretty much hit with all weather other than snow. Snow was the only thing I didn't run into, thank God. A lot of traffic here. Trucky. Go ahead, I'm going over here. So I kind of messed with my suspension a little bit more, and now I'm like just liking the way it's set up right now. Like I'm really not liking it. Let me go slow right here. I do want to jump on the road, but jump right here. All right. But yeah, guys, this is a little bit more into it, but I don't want to talk too much and make this video so long. I want to keep it short. This is just the first part of my cross-country trip video. Just so you guys can get a full understanding and why and how I did my trip, because I know some of you guys probably wondering that too, you know. So to keep videos short, so I don't bore you guys out, I'm doing it in parts, okay? I'm sorry. And it's just hard too, because a lot of the time I'm concentrating a lot on writing, and it's kind of hard to talk and write and hold a camera at the same time. I'm just not used to it yet, and it's been a while. I'm still trying to get back used into writing, and it's a new wheel, so there's that too. It don't help. Let's go this way. I haven't gone this way in a while. It's always fun. Just get the whole park, but I wanna hit the stairs. See how the suspension feels. I'm not good at adjusting my suspension, honestly. It's just I feel like I'm just not good at adjusting suspension, honestly. I've never been spoiled with good suspension, so I don't even know what good feels like. To me, this is a dream, honestly. I mean, I can kind of tell a little bit, but I think I got it set up pretty good. The only thing I haven't never touched on is it's the preload, but I think my preload is pretty good for the type of riding I do anyways, what I plan on doing with this wheel. Come to a stop, make a left. But yeah, guys, I still love this wheel. Since I am closing in on 500 miles, I will probably do a 500-mile review on this wheel. If you guys are interested in that. I was already here yesterday trying to make this video. Did not go out right. So what I'm gonna do is do this set of stairs. I'm gonna let this one go up there first. She got headphones on, so she ain't gonna hear me. Let me see if she can hear me. On your right. Sorry. Let's do a drop. How about that, guys? Let's do a drop. Nice. I don't know. I feel like the pressure might be too high. I'm not sure. Like I said, guys, I'm not good at adjusting suspension. I mean, to me, this is good already, honestly. Now I'm just, like, at this point, I'm just being picky. But I'm gonna do these stairs. And then we're gonna end this video, and I'm probably gonna continue on writing. Did I miss my turn? It's up here. But yeah, guys, these power pads, super nice. If you like the Powerknobz, I think you'll like these. Like I said, use my code. It'll be in the description. Oh gosh, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, use my code in the description for 5% off. And thanks for tuning in. I hope I didn't bore you. Yeah. And, I'll see you guys in the next video. Or leave a comment down below if I didn't cover anything that you want to hear about, and I'll try my best to cover it in the next video. Alright guys, peace.